Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tinker Tribe podcast. I'm your host, Greg Dowd. And tonight is going to be all an experiment because this is the first time I'm using StreamYard and I am playing around with it in the free version so I can figure out how it works and if I want to get it. I do like the tools and stuff in here so far, and I am just playing around with it. But tonight we're going to be talking about doing things, even though they may be wrong. They might be not perfect. Maybe it's not perfect, but you do them and you learn from them and you grow and you keep on the grind. And that's what tonight's going to be all about. And in the spirit of that, I am working on some more laser engravings, and I can show you guys some of the ones that I have produced so far. And let's check this out. So I got a couple of them that I did. One while I was on the stream last week, and came out so. I figured out that so I'm using these pieces of wood that my friend gave to me. There were pieces from a flooring that warped on him, and so he gave me these, and was thinking about what kind of a project I could do with them, if I could use them in flooring again. They had some glue backing on them, so what I've done with a few of these is to take them and sand the finish off the surface and you know make them a manageable size, and then do my test engravings on these for now, and figure out what kind of a art piece I can make out of them and what I can make them into. So uh, you know the thought one of the thoughts is to take these and make like little business things for people so that they can have their logo on here and they can have a little QR code on there that will take you to your link tree. And tonight I have the capabilities, like if you guys send in a chat, if you guys chime in on the comment on the live stream, I should be able to pull that up and we can be I can be more interactive with you. So excited about that too. So so yeah, here's one of my pieces that I did last week, and this is I got turned on to this manga series. They made it into a movie. It's called Battle Angel Alita, and then I like that movie so much. It's like a kind of a cyberpunk sci-fi kind of deal, and a lot of people are like cyborgs. And so this is the character Alita in one of the pieces of art that came from the manga series, and it's from a page called this is called Rusty Angel, and so this is the character Alita, and it came out okay. I don't know how well that's going to show up in the camera there, but yeah, it came out just so. What I'm figuring out with the software that does all the machine code is that there's different ways of um, creating the image so that when you put it on the machine, it'll give like more or less definition and things. So depending on the quality of your original image, and if it's like already in black and white, it is dependent on how it's going to come out on the piece. Now, this what I did to make this come out this way was I believe I applied like a vector uh, process to the image, and like you can see in this, it's like it only produced like the outline basically of the image I gave it. So I learned like the difference between like going into just like like you can invert the colors, you can go just like black and white, you can do this vector thing, and then there's a couple other transforms that you can do with an image. But I can pretty much take any image I want. I can take snapshots of my screen online and take any image and then put it through this program and then put it on the laser engraver, which is pretty cool. And then uh, stuck with like two-dimensional objects currently, but um, but they do have a capability. They sell an attachment, which is a rotary attachment, and you could put on things that are cylindrical and um, round objects, and you can do stuff with that. And then they have a higher powered laser too, so they have like a 20 watt and a 40-watt laser. And I mean, I'm just getting used to this laser, but I'm already seeing like, okay, once I get it dialed in with this thing, like maybe upgrading to a more powerful laser after I, get really good at it. So this is what tonight's stream is going to be all about, is like just doing something, instead of waiting for the perfect time or the perfect, you know, stars to be in alignment. That the man that waited for perfect never did anything. And that's the kind of attitude that I have been working on in a lot of my efforts, is to just do some stuff and figure it out as you go along. And, it's awkward sometimes, it's uncomfortable, and you feel like you're way out of your element. But every time I've done that, I've learned a little bit incrementally, gotten a little bit better at different things. And like you asked me a week ago, somebody asked me, well, I mean, I was at the Self Reliance Festival, and somebody asked me, hey, what do you need to what kind of file do I need to give you if you're gonna do laser engrave something for me? And I was like, I don't really know. I haven't really fired it up that much. I've only done a little bit with it. And so, that kind of inspired me. Like, man, I got this thing, and I need to start getting after it and getting on and testing out a bunch of stuff. So, um, so yeah, I'm learning, and we're doing it live, man. Like, that's what I thought. It was, kind of neat to do this last week, to kind of show you guys a little bit behind the scenes, I guess, of some of the stuff that I'm doing, and that maybe I could educate at the same time on a little bit on how at least this machine that I'm using works, and hopefully inspire some of y'all to, if you got an idea or something you want to do, just start doing it, and you'll learn along the way. So here is another piece that I laser engraved last week, and I don't know if that'll come in totally perfectly on that camera. So it's basically like a bearded guy skeleton. Came from Adam Calhoun thing. the singer, rapper, hip hop guy, and says die first, then quit. And I thought that was a cool image. So tested that out. As you can see, like if I play with the settings a little bit more and the transform, I can tweak this so that you get a clearer image. And so I guess the cool thing about using these is in the depth of the laser engraving on these is that I can sand the surface down again and come back with a heavier grit sandpaper, sand it down. I can remove that image and then I can use it again as another test engraving. So while I'm dialing all this in, so those were a couple of the pieces. Let's see, another one that this is the one I started off with, and or this is probably like this attempt number one or two, but this is the logo and engraved in there with the finish still on there, and you can see it came through pretty well. But I think it shows through much more when you take that finish off. So yeah, there's another test piece. This is like maybe attempt one or two on the machine, and that's how that came out. So yeah, tonight I have another test piece that I designed right before coming on here as well. And what I want to see if I can do is maybe share that with you guys. I'm not sure how all the tools work in here on StreamYard. So I'm wondering if I can bring up, see if I can do this, share screen, see how this layout is unique. All right, cool. Let's do this. Let's try this. And two monitors. Okay, great. Let's see. Easiest two monitors, blah, blah, blah. Some screens let you share audio. Follow these steps to share a video with audio. I don't want to do that, but how can I do this? Okay, so this is similar to OBS. So you go in here, share, and I'm guessing it's sharing the window that I'm in, and that's working. So cool, man. All right, so this was what I came up with. What had happened was I came up with this before coming on to the live tonight, and wondering, can I do this bigger? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's good than hell right there. All right, let's see. So this is the title of this podcast episode, and this is the piece that I came up with is just build, fail, learn, grow, repeat, 1 through 4. And came up with this on the quickness before going live here and created the machine code for it, and gonna turn on the engraver and we're gonna do this live in front of you guys and get this little project started here on the machine. So hope everybody's having a great week so far. It has over the weekend I got into planting some trees, and I guess while we're waiting for the machine to boot up here, what I can do is Let's see, stop sharing that. And let me see if I can pull up my Twitter page. Actually, it's on. It's actually on the. Oops, sorry about that. Actually, on my channel here, and I got into planting a bunch of trees this weekend. So, got out there in the sun and did a little sunbathing while I was planting, and planted 16 fodder trees, which are hybrid willows and hybrid poplar trees, and got a bunch of those things planted, filmed it, and put it in like a time lapse and threw it up on here. So I wonder if I can just go back to StreamYard. I am liking how they have this laid out, and see if I can do this, make it a little easier. And what about that? And I think that's what I want to share. So let's do that. And so this is the little video I put together. Planting a bunch of trees. So just sped up, just in some of the swales in the back of my parents' property there, and planted like 16 trees on Saturday in the sun. Really nice day out, and I've been learning about the benefits of getting your exercise in the sun. So got the shirt off and went out there and planted some trees. So got her done, and yeah, 16 all in total, and I have like 20 more trees or something like that to plant. Probably more than that. So I got quite a bit of more trees to get in the ground, but got a good start there. They say the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is today. So getting them planted, and the cool thing about these fodder trees is that they can be propagated easily, especially these hybrid willow trees. The willow almost creates its own it creates its own like rooting hormone, and so the guy Nick Ferguson, he that I bought some of the trees from, and then my buddy Logan, Hideaway Homestead, and I think Nick Ferguson's site is I think Rare Tree Store. I'll have to look that up in a minute here. But he was telling me that you can just like take a cutting off of one of these willow trees and literally like just use that and put it in like some, keep it moist and keep it wet, and or you can just take that cutting and you just stick it directly in the ground, and that thing will start roots and create another tree. And so people use these willow trees to make like living fences and stuff. So it's pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. How neat is that? Nature, pretty neat. So yeah, what we got here is another piece of that flooring material we got going on right here, and was telling the guy, was telling him that telling the guy, I was telling him that I was telling that guy, I was telling him, what I told the guy, I was telling him, I was telling the guy that I have no idea what I was telling the guy. see. 19.4 millimeters is the thickness on this thing right there. 20.3, 19.5. There's some glue on the back, so the thickness is a little irregular. So we're gonna go with 20.5 because that's the most extreme measurement I took. So super extreme, super duper extreme. All right, so I got this thing loaded up. It's gonna be a 13-hour engraving. And so we're going to kick it off. We're going to get it started here. We're going to go into the auto focus mode. And initially, the machine is going to want to find its home position. So you give the machine enough space to do its thing. If you got something set right here, it's going to, knock it over. It's going to run into it, and you're going to have a bad day. So you want to keep any of that out of the way. And what did I say? We were going to do 20.5. And we're going right there. And this is my old buddy Robbie, man. I'll catch the phone here. What's up, Robbie? What's up, man? I'm live on the internet. I'm live on the internet right now, man. I'm messing around with a laser engraver, and you're live on the show.
Okay. Okay. Oh man, I didn't expect that.
So yeah, I'm playing around with some of that stuff that you gave me, some of that flooring material, and I've been like sanding down the finish on the surface and just playing around with this laser engraver to get it dialed in more.
I hear that. How's it working?
Pretty good, man. I mean, if you tune into the live stream, I've got some test pieces that I've been showing, and
okay, well, here's give me a minute or two. I was out in the barn and
a little piece right here.
Pulled out my phone and thought I saw where I missed your call, and I thought, well, I'll just shoot him a call and see what's going on.
Hell yeah! I'm Tuesday night I do the live stream, and so I've been staying pretty consistent with that and trying out StreamYard for the first time tonight. Actually,
cool.
Yeah, StreamYard's pretty cool.
Give me just a minute, and I'll head back in and check this out.
Well, hell yeah, brother. Check it out, man.
Oh man, I've been doing a bunch of work around the place and getting ready to pour the floor in the barn and get the shop area going, and then I'm gonna be ready to hit that aquaponics wide open again. So.
Oh, great! That's cool, man. Yeah, just holler at me when you're ready to mess around with that, and I'll definitely come out, and then we'll see if we can get some other people to lend a hand if you want it.
Yeah, it's just been one of those. It's been one of those crazy years so far where I've been trying to get everything hammered down and get out of debt and that sort of thing. You know how it is.
Yeah. Oh man, I get it. I get it for real. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm on the Tinker Tribe YouTube channel. I'm live streaming via StreamYard. And make sure that I hide that. The phone right here. And yeah, man. So I'm doing this live and just playing around with this here Moshine, and it's about to kick off a test print here. So I'm running the boundary of the print right now. and it's gonna do. This is called the Snapmaker 2.0, and this thing is like it's like a laser engraver, a 3D printer, and a CNC machine all in one. Yeah, you can use. Well, no, you use just the filament, and I have a roll of filament over here. But they create these modules for this thing. So this is the 3D. This is the 3D printing module, as you can see, and your
Right. I see it. Yeah.
your audio is probably going to come through the stream here. So yeah, this and you look inside here, and it's got the little extruder thing that pulls the filament through, and it's all kind of modular. So like,
Wow.
so you can put on these different modules for the different things that you want to play with. Right now, I have this pulled apart, the hot end, because I'm working on putting a different nozzle on. I'm gonna be putting a steel nozzle on so that I can print a nylon X material, which is like a nylon with chopped carbon fiber embedded into it.
Right. What kind of resolution can you get with these things?
With the laser engraver, here's
I mean, I'm talking about like if you tried to make threads or something. Would it be possible to do something like that?
like threads with the 3D with the filament.
Well, let's say you were making a part and you needed a bolt thread down into it, and you needed to have it threaded. Would it be better to take something like that and then machine thread it, or would it actually print the thread?
Well, it depends on what kind of strength properties you're looking for. So, if you want,
I get it. Okay.
Yeah, so if you wanted something that had some decent strength to it, I would not use something 3D printed. But if you just wanted it for like a demonstration or like
right, just for fitting purposes, just to test parts or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it could do that. It can do that pretty well. Like you can dial in, like you can do change like the layer height basically, and then you can kind of play around with the resolution of the part. So this is the material I have been printing with. This is PLA Plus from Polymaker, and this stuff works pretty well for like things that don't get too hot, and it's like a pretty strong filament on its own, and you can print at like lower temperatures. You don't need to mess with the nozzle print head at all. And
it's awesome, man. I mean, I was thinking like experimental purposes, because once I get my shop back up and running, I'm definitely going to be interested in doing some experimental stuff and tinkering around with little machinery things and building things, and so anything that like that. All right, what are we looking at here? A piece of wood with like an engraving on it.
Yeah, it's got an engraving on it. It's a manga character from a series called Battle Angel Alita. And so this is the character Alita in one of the pages that I just took a picture of from the manga.
Okay, now I see it. Yeah, the focus is a lot better now.
She's like a cyborg girl with her parts kind of falling apart, and then angel wings.
Right. Man, I've been messing around a lot with the Unreal Engine lately, and that's some pretty interesting stuff. Taking all the machining stuff and all the 3D stuff and the things that I do with houses and building things and doing machine parts and all of that, and then moving that into Unreal Engine and doing animations and things, and it's really a neat thing. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I've been looking at a OnTech laser lately, thinking about getting a laser cutter at some point.
Well, I've got this one. This one is a 1600 milliwatt laser on this guy, and I've already looked at the company, and they have a module, uh, an upgraded module that does 20 watts and 40 watts.
Yeah, I was looking at a 60-watt laser myself, and I wanted to cut a particular thickness,
Yeah. So the higher power the laser, the thicker the material you can cut through.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a neat. Yeah, I was already looking at it. I'm like, dang. So it's like I think with the 40-watt laser, you can cut through like a half-inch piece of like basswood. I think is what you said.
That's pretty cool, man.
Pretty crazy. I
You
was
can do a
like,
lot of stuff.
yeah,
You can even cut through some thin metal with the 60 watters and 80 watters.
yeah. I started looking at that. I'm like, and then I'm like seeing the price of it. I'm like, damn, this is like about the price of the machine itself to go to at least to the 40-watt laser. So,
Man, I come real close to pulling the trigger on a 60 watt tube laser,
yeah.
and I got to looking at it, and the dang size, it was huge. And not only that, but it had to be vented, and there was just no way to do it in my current office.
Oh yeah,
so
it was.
job,
Yeah, this thing is putting off smoke. I just started the program, and I don't know if it comes through on the camera, but it's well, you might be able to see a little bit of smoke coming
I can
off
see a
that
little
laser.
bit of it.
So yeah, it will generate some smoke or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, you definitely have to have some kind of a ventilated area unless you want to smell the smoke from the thing all the time.
Yeah, I mean they really warn you about that, about particular materials anyway. You can put off some smoke that could be really harmful to your health.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was thinking like different things I could do with this and coming up with like some custom pieces of art. And I was recently at that Self Reliance Festival, and the there was one guy there. His name is Hawkins. He's got his own homestead, Chicken Hawk Farmstead, or Chicken Hawk Homestead, I think is the name of his channel. But yeah, he was asking me like, hey, can you make me like something with my logo and then like the QR code on there, and I can bring it as like a display piece for the like farmers markets or things like that. So that got me started to playing around with the laser engraver more, because I was like, okay, that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I've used a QR code a time or two now. Since I've got into the Unreal Engine and the Twin Motion thing, you can do a QR code, and so when I do someone's house plans, I can throw a QR code on the plan, and they can scan the code, and then they can physically go walk around the model or whatever on their phone or on their device or the computer, and it's pretty neat stuff. I mean,
yeah, that's hella cool, man. You got a anywhere where you're showcasing any of that stuff?
3dcadbuilder.com.
3dcadbuilder.com.
Yeah, 3dcadbuilder.com. You can go check that out.
I can pull it up right now. Cadbuilder.com. Yeah,
so it'll kind of shows some of the stuff that now everything that's on that website is probably a year and a half old. I haven't. Well, there may be some stuff that it's not quite that old, but a lot of the images are not.
Hey, what's up?
Terry just came in, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, check this out. I think so what I can do here is I can go to present, share screen. This kind of works like Zoom, but then like it can pull I can have multiple guests, and I can put like backgrounds and do all kinds of stuff in here, and then I can show people stuff from different screens. And
Oh yeah, that's it.
so this is Robbie's site here, 3dcadbuilder.com. So what's let's like what's an example? So this is something that you designed here.
Yeah, everything in there is all original content. You know, everything. I didn't pull nothing off of any kind of website or anything. It's all stuff that I've done for other people, and so some of these older images you're looking at right now, you know, they're 2 or 3 years old. Stuff that I'm doing now is hyper photorealistic. It's a lot more photorealistic than what you're seeing here.
Hey, that's that little cabin that you designed.
Yeah, there it is. Actually, it's got a play button. You could play that if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's going through the little like zoom in. Yeah, that's cool, man.
And it's got a little animation, you know, and so anyway.
Hell yeah, this is great, man. This is cool. Oh, neat. Yeah. So that's killer, dude.
But you see the QR code right there.
Yeah.
So like if you scan that QR code, then it'll take you to a virtual presentation where you can look around the project and stuff, you know.
Hell yeah. So can people, like, if they're interested in getting a design from you, can they go to this website and get some help from you?
They can contact me or whatever, and I'll design up a project for them, and I can give them the construction plans, and you know, and give them the QR code where they can go out and do virtual walkthroughs and that sort of thing.
Well, hell yeah. Guys, go check out Robbie's site here, and if you need some plans or anything, Robbie, you got to come on formally, man. Actually, I could share the link with you, I think, and we could test this out if you want to come on right now. If you want to jump on.
I don't think I have a camera or anything set up right now, Greg.
Oh, okay.
I would have to dig out some hardware and have it all hooked back up.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it then. Tonight we'll schedule something then.
Yeah, I recently reconfigured my computer setup and got one of those Cintiq 24-inch monitors that you can draw on. You know,
oh yeah, okay.
And so I used that, and I put up like a 30-inch 4K TV as a monitor up off in the distance so that I can sit there with a client and go through stuff and that sort of thing. But anyway, the point is that my hardware is a little bit scattered right now. I don't have my camera hooked up or my microphone. So.
All right. Yeah, man. I gotta have you on, and you can talk about this all your 3D designs and what you can do for people.
Yeah, we're going on. We can talk about that. But I gotta get back on the office and back into some of the projects, and you know, not just homesteading, but get back into some of these experimental projects and things like that. So
yeah, man.
I'd love to take the 3D stuff that I can do with a computer and then apply it towards these experimental projects, because then you can visualize something and build it and see if it works or not, you know.
Yeah, and I think, you know, there's networking with some of the folks that have shown up at our local meetings up in Huntsville at the Makerspace. There's
Tim. How's that going?
Yeah, this guy Tim Pickens showed up one night, and he was a guy that worked with Burt Rutan in Spaceship One, and they were launching their own rockets, hobby rockets, off of those high altitude like weather balloons back in like the 90s. And And they were just doing it as like a hobby, and then Tim Pickens got I guess recruited by Burger Tan and Spaceship One and Virgin Galactic Richard Branson's thing to go develop rocket stuff that was going to be put into that little Spaceship One little thing that was going to send rich people into near space.
Cool. So what's your new space here? I haven't watched your show in a while, and it looks like you're in a different place.
This is from the parents' basement and in the dungeon, and
you've been moved down to the
no, this is where I have this machine and just been playing around with it. So I've been, well, yeah, I've been demoted to the dungeon. Exactly. I mean, you just can't like do this, in the living room.
Well, I mean, it looked like there was like a sunroom or something you were doing it before. Is that where you normally do it?
Yeah, that's normally where I'm live streaming from because I can have a hard line for my internet in there. And so I'm operating off of Wi-Fi right now, and so it hasn't dropped the stream or anything, so it's doing okay, and it looks like
it's doing good. I mean, I haven't seen everything on my screen. It's got a delay naturally, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, I just upgraded the webcam instead of just using my laptop camera. I got like a 1080p webcam, Logitech webcam, and so the video quality should be better. And then playing around with StreamYard here, just using it for the first time. This is a free trial of it, and just seeing how it'll work. And see, so if you post a comment in there, if you throw a little comment on the video, I should be able to pull it up like on the screen.
Okay.
So I can show it. And this episode is perfect because it's like all about trying new things. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, here we go. Comment. Let me see chat. Let me see. Here's chat.
Watch out for them Cybernean space aliens. There you go. So cool, awesome. Yeah, so I can do that. So when people chat and send a chat, I can pull it up on the screen, show everybody. Which was a challenge using the OBS software, and I couldn't quite get the live chat integrated that well, but you're
using OBS?
No, I'm not using OBS to do this. This is all through the StreamYard application.
Cool.
I mean, OBS, I was using OBS for a long time, but, I wasn't able to quite figure out, like, how to integrate the chat on screen very well.
Yeah.
And pull up, like, individual chats and pull in chats from multiple places. So this, I believe the paid version, that you can stream to multiple platforms simultaneously. It's got that built in, and then you can also pull the chats in from multiple places simultaneously and throw them up on the screen and everything. So I've seen a lot of other people use it and talk about it, and at that recent festival, one of the guys there was talking about it, and I was like, I just gotta use it and see if it works well. So yeah, using this for the first time tonight and just getting on here to show something live. We're doing it live.
That's awesome, man. Your legs are going. Let me know 9 yards. I can't believe I just happened to catch you in the middle of this.
Let me look at the light real intensely. I had to put the laser glasses on. But hey, man, I've been directly into the sun and lasers. I mean, I've been training for it my whole life.
Oh, yeah. That's everybody's dream, right? People also can stare at the sun.
Oh, I'm seeing all kinds of memes about that when the eclipse is happening. You're like squinting at the sun.
You know, they're just looking into the sun. Cheers. So we get the sun already over here.
I can't see anything now. Damn thing, can't see anything now. But hell, that sounds beautiful when I was staring at it. So yeah, man, I've been doing that, and I've been getting myself in shape. I've lost 35 pounds.
That's gonna sound like you trimmed down a little bit.
Yeah, man, I've been working out every day. I've been doing daily calisthenics for about like a 20-minute workout every day.
Yeah, I gotta get going myself. I've got a workout machine sitting over here in the container, just tucked away. And as soon as I get a place to put it, I'm gonna set it back up. I had it in here in my office area, but it took up half the room. And
oh yeah.
So you had to. It's one of those crazy things where you had to step over it and walk around it and all of that. And anyway, I went down to take it down. It's just too big. I got it for free. It's like a $2,000 workout machine. And
oh yeah, I saw that when I was over there last time. Yeah.
And so, you know.
Man, you can do a lot with that machine for sure.
Yeah, I can get a place where I can actually work out with it. But when I had the thing set up, I was in much better shape than I am now. So I'm kind of more out of shape than I was. But
you know what I've been doing? I've just been doing like push-ups, and like I started with body squats, and I couldn't even like go full and do a deep squat when I first started. I couldn't even go like to where your legs are past 90 or whatever. You go down. You know, like, I couldn't even do that, man.
It's my big thing.
Yeah, I couldn't even do that, and so basically everything was just body weight exercises in the beginning, and then like I have two 45-pound dumbbells, and literally like most of my workouts I've just been going on YouTube and figuring out like what muscle group I could target with 45-pound dumbbells. And just using 45-pound dumbbells to do so much stuff.
Yeah, I hear that.
And just push-ups, man. I've been doing like push-ups and squats and was able, within the past few weeks, been able to do some pull-ups again.
Yeah. It seems like the older I get, the harder it is to try to catch up on any of that stuff.
Yeah, I think everybody, you just gotta do like what you can and start where you are, and then just like make a commitment to staying consistent, doing something. And
I think that's right.
I think that's the key.
Being active and doing something is the key.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not doing like any kind of, real ego lifting or anything like that, trying to get like super bulked up or anything like that. I'm just doing like.
Come on, man, you need to be Schwarzenegger.
I had somebody comment on my video the other day. They were like, "Dude, dude's already built like a tank. I can't wait to see what he's at like day 365 or something like that." I was like, I've never been described that way before, but thank you. Dude's already built like a damn tank. But I'm aiming for the Techno Viking. You ever see that video of the Techno Viking? Like dude looks like a Viking who's just like dancing with these ravers and stuff. He looks like a freaking Viking.
Sounds like it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that's the final, the glow up video. You got where you started and then like where you ended, and then like where I started, and then Techno Viking is the end.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that's what I've been on lately, is doing all that kind of stuff, and then still working with our group and making more networks and connections and
Still, I kind of dropped the ball on the aquaponics stuff this last year. I got, heavy into my doing plans for people and
yeah.
messing around real estate stuff, and man, it kind of sidetracked me. But
Well, I've been learning about how to feed the fish with. You can use these fodder trees because they're really high in protein. Like you can like kind of grind them up and then like add like some stuff to them, and you can use that as a fish food as well. From one of the guys that I was talking to.
That's the thing about those fish is that they're omnivores, so they'll eat a lot of different things, and because of that, you can do a lot of things as a prepper to feed those fish. So you could use, waterborne plants. You could use insects. You can use, you get the black soldier fly larvae.
Yeah, that was a thing that I was thinking about setting up. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that too, just for my chickens.
And I think you can get a good setup going if you have rabbits in conjunction too, because the manure from the rabbits can do the black soldier fly larva, and then the larva will get fish.
My rabbit population has dropped down to just one. We had 3, and 2 of them mysteriously cooked over one day. Don't know why, but they did. And we got one, and he's just selfish as he can be.
Well, I got a guy that is raising rabbits, and he's down in near Coleman. So if you need some, I can get you hooked up with him.
Okay, well, I'm just a couple miles south of Coleman, so.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's got a YouTube channel too. You should go check out. It's called Hideaway Homestead. HYDE. Hideaway Homestead. It's his last name, Hyde. HYDE.
HYDE.
Hyde. Away. Hyde Away. So one word.
Okay.
Hideaway. And then Homestead. Yeah, he's in our area, and he's all about creating and propagating like trees, and he's doing all kinds of stuff.
A year or so back on chickens and stuff, and now he's lost his mind.
Like in a good way, or like a chicken king guy?
Man, we've been counting our eggs, and we collected 999 eggs in the last 30 days.
Holy crap! How many chickens is he raising?
Man, he's got
1,000?
almost every breeds of chickens, so I'm sure that not all of those eggs are edible size. And then he's got some ducks and stuff as geese as well. So,
dang, we went nuts with it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about, Adam.
Yeah.
He's got a place out there close to my mom's place, and he started doing it, and his significant other there was a little leery about it, and now she's the one that loves the chickens the most. And she names them and everything, they hatch them, and she names them and feeds them and pets them.
That's great. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast today where they were talking about the benefits of the egg yolk, and specifically in the egg yolk is melatonin. And if you, I didn't either. And this lady that's been doing research into, ketogenic diet stuff on the human body she was talking about all the benefits of melatonin and how like it can go into help the mitochondria in the cells to perform its functions and do apoptosis, which is the like the elimination of old cells and stuff like that. And was talking about like with cancers, cancers can be they shut off that like apoptosis mechanism. And so if there's like a sufficient amount of melatonin for the mitochondria to perform properly, then it can help with cancers and such. So that was really interesting. I've got a buddy that just got diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and been like looking into different information and stuff. And they ran across that same thing around the same time as I forwarded that to him today. And so they're looking into taking more of that as a supplement, melatonin, to help with cancer.
Well, when we get off here, I'll forward you a link to on some alternative therapy.
Yeah. I know we have talked about a few of those in the past, but he's looking for everything that he can find, man. That he's doing alternative treatments, and then he's also doing the chemotherapy stuff right now. So he's like kind of attacking it from all angles with the alternative health stuff in conjunction with that chemotherapy, because it was such a fast-growing thing. It's like he was like had no tumors like a year ago, and then like he discovered it like this past year, actually in like February. And so since that time, like he had grown all these tumors, and it's like they're telling he's like stage 4 and all this. So
yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but over the last few years, there's been an exponential increase in this rapid onset cancer in conscious with people. It's
related to the
more and more people every day. But it's not just something. It's not like an epidemic where it's hitting 80% of the population or anything. But it is happening to more and more people more frequently.
Well, he didn't take the jabs, so he didn't take the vax, so we can eliminate that. But it's in our food. It's in our food and the water we drink and everything. Like all these foods are so bad for us.
And things like that, we're playing Russian roulette with our biology.
It's the seed oils, which are a big deal, I think.
You're exactly right. Seed oils are a lot of it. And sometimes it's not necessarily the seed oil as much as it is the strain of the plant and the chemicals that are sprayed on the plant or added in during the processing.
Yeah.
So it's
all that's creating like a toxic, freaking nasty soup.
Yeah, you're just creating an environment, and then you have the added aspect of where we're immersed in this radioactive soup as well, and I say radioactive, not like in a terms of like Hiroshima or anything, but you have radio signals and electronic signals and electrical fields and things that we're constantly exposed to. And whether people want to believe it or not, the body is an electrical sensitive organism.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the body. There's a book The Body Electric by Robert Becker, I believe. That's one book that talks a lot about that.
Yeah, so and it's my belief that when you combine these kind of elements, you wind up with these crazy radical things that go on, like this rapid onset cancer scenario that comes on because you've got, mutagenic properties going on in the cells.
Yeah, it's like the cell's way of attempting to survive. I think, like attempting to survive in a.
The cells are having to adapt, and they're gonna, in
In a
order
toxic
to adapt, they're gonna
environment.
pick up things that you eat and things like that, and the chemicals, and it's gonna react in ways that we just can't predict.
Yeah, yeah, and there's like I've been talking about on the show. There's so much there's so many resources out there if you want to go and go down the rabbit hole of health and changing your health. But like a big thing is it's just like getting away from all those like seed oils and changing your diet and eating like more like ruminant animals, getting like animal fats, like cooking with animal fats. It's like real basic actually. Like it's like the food dummy, it's like do the food. It's like change your diet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're actually absolutely correct. That's one of the things that I found doing aquaponics was that pH deals with ion transfers at the molecular level. And the diet that we have today alters our pH and our body chemistry to the point to where the cells that we need, the energy we need from our cells is not getting there.
It's depleted, yeah.
Because the chemicals and stuff are interacting with the ions and stopping them from reaching the cells. And so it, or in the worst case scenario, makes it worse.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been learning a lot of that recently, and actually, I just invested in this hydrogen water system, so I'm excited to give that a go and start using that and seeing seeing the benefits of that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the rabbit hole goes pretty deep.
Yeah.
You can dive in there all day long. I've noticed that the main problem is that most people have normalcy bias and they just don't pay attention. They just don't think that that's an issue for them, And so.
Yeah, it's I think you gotta be the example, I guess. You gotta be the example for other people, and just it's hard to tell somebody, but once they've maybe experienced it for themselves, or gone through something, they may change their mind. But if you show them that that speaks louder than anything that you can tell them. So that's what I'm working on.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So, Robbie, man, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to end the stream here as well. But good talking to you, man.
Well, it's good talking to you, and I'm glad your system's working for you here.
Yeah. I'm going to keep playing around with it and keep getting better at it and having fun doing it.
It's like you're buying something over there right now. What are you making an engraving? Or are you trying to make something? Or
man, we smoking it up down here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I came up with like a custom art piece for just before I came on the shows with the show title, and it's just got my logo and it's got some lettering, and so it's gonna run, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna take a picture and I'll post it up on the page, and we'll auction it off to the highest bidder. We'll make it an NFT, and we'll put a gluten-free sticker on it. Yeah, no seed oils.
let's hook up and yeah, we need to get back together and talk about stuff.
Well, heck yeah, man. Well, actually, just stay on the line and let me end the stream here, and then we can talk a little bit more. Guys, guys, thanks for coming around and checking out the stream tonight. If you're checking this out on the replay, and do something. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just get started with something, and if all as you go, adapt, learn, keep growing, and we'll catch you guys next week for another Tinker Trad podcast. Thanks. Peace.